This is entry 2 to my Nerf diaries, I believe it is. Let me check my computer. It's the 7th of the 5th, 2012 today. The day after I made the first video introducing my new channel. This is a SnapBow that uses completely Australian materials, and SnapBows aren't incredibly unique. There's been a lot of them made, and it's a great design. However, there's not been as many made with Australian materials, and there is no write-up for Australian materials on this blaster, which is frustrating. But my mind, I was able to work out which Australian materials would work, so I went ahead and did it. I have a bunch of photos from when I made it, so I am going to do a write-up on Nerf, so there will be a write-up for Australian materials. And basically I want to go through and document how this gun was built in this video. I'm not going to put too much stress on it because I literally just got out and painting it, like I painted it last night, so the paint's not that great still. So what it is 2 C836 springs, which are, okay, these springs, which are currently fucking tangled in a chain, extremely powerful. They're Australian springs sold at Bunnings. They get a heap of power, and as the plunger tube, I have 40mm pipe, 2 40mm couplings. I use this just because it makes it a bit larger for my hand to hold, which is more comfortable to me. It's not a whole heap, but you can see here, my thumb touches my fingers. Here, it just doesn't, which is comfortable. I didn't want to do like the design with the foregrip. I just don't like foregrips, so I went with this because that's what I find comfortable. Has a long stock for comfort because I like a longer stock. Now, for the seal, what I find gets a good seal in 40mm DWV pipe is a 32mm bath plug. 32mm is in pressure pipe sizing bath plug, and that gets a pretty good seal. It's releasing slowly, but it's pretty good for a homemade. In my snap carbine variant, it gets a perfect seal. I don't know why this didn't. I think it was just a dud bath plug that I got, and this time I might go and order a new bath plug, and it might get a better seal. In the front, inside the front 40mm coupling, because this is the only way you can do it. It's Australian materials. You have to have a coupling, and then your bushing sits inside a coupling. So at the front of my plunger tube, this coupling sits, and my plunger tube stops there, and then in here, in the front section of that coupling, there's a 32mm pressure pipe, that being UPVC, 32mm bushing sitting inside the 40mm DWV, which is normal PVC coupling. That needs about 1 wrap of E-tape for it to sit snugly and make an air seal. Then inside that, there is pressure pipe, which is UPVC again, because that bushing is 32mm to 25mm pressure that's sitting inside the 40mm coupling. Inside that 32 to 25 is a 25 to 20mm pressure pipe bushing, and inside that is a 20mm to 15mm bushing. And that 15mm is what I use as my size for my barrel attachment, so I can put in a breech or an RSCB, and it fits in like so. So that's basically the plunger tube assembly. At the back I just have a 40mm end cap drilled out so that this can move in and out, but it's guided. I have a section of a coupling here which holds the handle on. That's just a basic design with a wooden handle. That's simple, you can work that out. For the stock, I have used 20mm pipe because that's sturdy, doesn't move much, and what I've done is I've screwed it and down in there, so it's screwed down rather than glued down, and that's quite sturdy. For the plunger rod, I have a piece of 15mm conduit, 16mm conduit, which is what we use in Australia for barrel material, with then a 15mm pressure pipe T, and that took some doing to get that onto the 16mm. I'll add a photo at the end of this of the actual plunger rod with the catch assembly, but essentially what it is at the front of this rod, of the priming rod, I have a piece which is a 20mm end cap. Just ran out of battery, but what I was saying is it has a 20mm end cap in pressure size, two of them, one facing so that the end part is here and the other so it's here, and then there's a small gap between them in which there is 15mm pressure pipe holding them both together, which there's a hole through them. It's hard to explain, but basically it catches in that section between the two end caps where the pin can move between them. It's hard to explain, you'll see in the photo. And then the bath plug just sits on the front of the front end cap. That is really hard to explain. The trick is just a normal snap trigger. Yeah, that's about it, and it's just got a two-tone silver and blue paint job, which is kind of sexy. It needs a clear coat at the moment. I have to go buy a clear coat. I fucking thought I had some, but I didn't have any clear coat left. Yeah, I'll fire it. Okay, this is a 6-shot RCB. 1, 2, 3. Try and find some darts in my room. Okay, I found 3 Stephens with washer weighted tips and glue domes. So I'll put them in. And just to fill up the end of the RCB, I'll put a streamline in there so we're not losing too much power. Can that be seen? Okay. Yep. So primes, put it down because it's my recipe. Shoot. That double fed. Oh wow, this was catching before I painted it, it's suddenly not catching. There. Okay, because I only had 3 darts in the first 2 double fed, that one was a streamline. For some reason, since I painted it, it's not catching. Let's try that one more time. One, 2, and it's not catching again. 3, it didn't catch. I'm going to have to work out why it's not catching. It could be, I'd say when I replaced this spring, when I put it back, I had to take it out, which would have stretched the spring out, and when I put it back in, it might have been a bit deformed. I'd say that's all it is, because it was catching perfectly earlier on. This is the first time I shot it since it got painted. But yeah, that's the Australian SnapBow